I'm working on some 30 carbine. I've got a flashlight and I'm checking down into each casing, looking for Berdan casings so I can chuck those, set them aside because I don't want to break any decapping pins. But as I've encountered on a few occasions here as I'm doing this, I get the case most of the way up inside the die, and then it's like I hit a wall, and this thing isn't going any further. Well, I just looked at it. I don't think that was a Berdan. I saw one hole in the middle. So I go to pull it down, and it's sticking a little bit, and I go to pull this off, and the case will not come out of the shell holder. Now, what happened was the decapping pin started pushing out the old primer, and it went into the recess in the center of the shell holder, and when I backed it out, there it stopped. Now I can't pull it out because the primer is protruding beneath the bottom of the case into the recess of the shell holder. So how do I deal with that? Well, if you've got a turret press, turn it over to the next hole, run this all the way up. And Lee makes this decapping unit that's sort of a universal affair like that, or you can pull just like a smaller diameter decapping rod assembly out of a different die. And you just run this down into here, and you can wiggle and jiggle a little bit, and then you can feel the flash hole. And when you've got it, take your mallet, tap, 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 and you lower it, and it'll come out of the shell holder. Now, if you don't have a turret press, you're doing this on a single stage, what you would do is simply take the whole thing with the case stuck into the shell holder and just pull it off the top of the ram, set it on your bench, and you can grab the lead or you can use whatever you happen to have. Wiggle and jiggle, you'll feel the decapping pin go into the flash hole, the little recess, tap, 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 and it comes out. With the shell holder back in the top of the ram, turn the head back over. Keep these things handy. You're just going to run into stuff like that. No big deal. I mean, you can go back later on and try and figure out what the problem is. Why did it happen to this casing? It started. It's not a Berdan. It's a boxer. If you want to figure that out, great. Personally, I'm not going to stop right in the middle. I want to get this done. And then at the end, if I've got 3 casings or something like that that were a problem, I'm just I'm just not going to spend a whole bunch of time trying to figure something out for just a couple casings. If I've got a bunch of them, okay, now I need to see what's going on here. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I didn't lube them well enough. Whatever. You get the idea. Happy trails.